Om yogis, lie down, Shavasana to begin with. And so lying on your back, take up some space. Check that those 3 river stones of your sacrum and your shoulder blades are flat to the mat. And start to use each exhalation to drop your energy back, fall back into yourself. Releasing the hinge of the jaw, relaxing the eyes and all of the muscles around the eyes. Allowing the forehead to smooth, the temples to space. It's breath by breath, bringing you into stillness. We're working today with the crocodile. As you breathe here, imagine yourself sinking underneath the surface of some imaginary water. Feel yourself becoming so still that you would create very little ripple upon the surface of this water. And this is the magic of the crocodile, and that she can be still enough to see what is really going on around her. Just see if you can drop into that kind of stillness, that quality of stillness now as you lie in Shavasana. So that you create no ripples. This kind of stillness creates a container for everyone around you. It helps everyone to go deeper into the truth of any situation. When someone holds this quality of stillness, activity creates ripples that disturb and distort. Imagine your environment around you now as water, and you are so still, like the crocodile, underneath the surface of this water. Pay close attention to what arises from the stillness. Anything inside of you that is moving, see if you can let it relax. Let it soften and spread underneath the surface of the water. Even your breath, let your breath soften. Let your breath become almost inconceivable. Very subtle. From this point of stillness, the crocodile would use her knowledge of archetypes, myth and symbology and the subconscious to see things in terms of a universal story. Nothing is too personal. Everything becomes universal. So when we get very still inside of ourselves, we start to see the bigger picture. Let's just slowly start to come out of that Shavasana, creating as few ripples as is possible. Keeping yourself within that still space. Pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat, just take a moment here, and then when you're ready, just come to stand at the top of your mat for mountain pose. Lining up your hips with your knees and your feet, spreading your toes, feeling the tripod of the foot, the base of the big toe, the heel, and the outer edges of the ball of the feet. Feel your arches. Rising up through your legs. There's this feeling of grounding down, yet also rising up. The body holds these patterns, that the breath also holds this downward moving energy and upward moving energy in perfect balance. Feel your tailbone moving down, maybe a little softness in the knees to support this, and your belly rising up from the very lowest point just above the pubic bone. Feel your front body, the front portion of your spine, buoyant and lifting. Feel your heart center buoyant. Let your shoulders roll back and drop down behind you. Drop your chin ever so slightly so you feel a nice length through the back of your neck. Relax your face, close your eyes. Standing in mountain pose. Working with the symbology of the mountain as we stand here thinking about that symbology. This huge natural structure that is worth climbing. This is you. You standing in this form. You trying on this symbol inside of your own body. Seeing how it feels. You are the mountain. You are this challenge to be overcome in some sense. It's on the door of the temple, know thyself. Step by step, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, we walk that path up the mountain that is ourself. Reaching new heights, seeing new perspectives. You are the work, you are the challenge, you are the reward. Now just release that from your body. Just gently begin to shake that out. Move your body in whatever way feels appropriate for you. You can shake out your fingers and your wrists and your arms. You can shake quite vigorously. You can move quite slowly. Just move out any stagnant energy inside of you. Moving, shaking, dancing as you stand, whichever way feels natural to your body today. Allowing this movement to become the meditation. Now coming back to standing, let's just inhale, rise the arms up, and exhale, sweep the arms down like a great bird in flight. Inhale, the arms raise. Exhale, the arms lower. Just move to the rhythm of your breath. Symbology of the bird, this rising, this elevation of self, rising for the heights. Symbology of wings and flight, this superior state of being. This is where we're taking ourselves with the practice of yoga, is into a different way of being. This heightened sense of you as a human being. Gorgeous. And then from here, just release that through the arms. And we're going to step. We're going to step the left foot back, the right foot forward for warrior 2. So heel to arch alignment. Coming into the pose. Coming into this asana today. And trying on this asana as an archetype. It's different. This sort of different coat of vibration and energy that we can try on. and this vibration and energy can become active inside of us. So we stand as the warrior here and just feel that vibration, that warrior energy now, that this shape kind of allows to percolate into the body. How the breath changes, how the attitude changes, how the stance is very firm and very true. Lovely, and then come to the front of the mat, swap your legs and take warrior 2 on the other side. We're trying on this archetype and many archetypes today, and this is what the crocodile does. Hopefully you guys are following me. But the crocodile is under the surface, looking at the symbology, looking at the subconscious symbology of the warrior that she sees as this creative force of destruction, this warrior that is able to tear down old, outdated, unhelpful systems and make room for what is good. So for the last few moments here, just think of whatever it is that you would like to tear down, and know that you can do it, for you are the warrior in this moment, in this space. Coming to the front of your mat, you guys, just take a standing forward fold just to release that. Bend the knees if you need to, and allow yourself to become still again, coming back to the crocodile. Imagine yourself under the water again, creating as few ripples as possible, holding yourself in this shape in complete stillness. From here, separate your feet hip width or a little wider, and come down into Malasana, yogic squat. I like to have my heels in and my toes slightly out. And you can be up on the balls of your feet, or you can be down on the whole of your feet if you can. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart and use your elbows against your inner knees just to find a deeper squat here. Remain super still. Allow your practice to be very subtle. Feeling each sensation and each breath without creating any drama around that. Lovely, and then let's come down to the mat and just sit with your legs crossed, Sukhasana, or easy pose. Take an inhale, get long through your spine. As you exhale, just twist to your right side. Simple twist. No drama. It's challenging yourself to feel all that there is to feel within this subtlety. Take an inhale here, exhale back to center. Inhale in the center, get long through your spine, and exhale. Twist to the left side or the other side if we're going in different directions. Inhale here, exhale, come back to center. Straighten out your legs for Paschimottanasana, forward fold, or sometimes called a west facing stretch, facing the west. This place of introspection. Looking at yourself from underneath the waters. In a very still place. With as little drama as possible. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, gently come out. Bring your hands behind you. And just use your arms and your hands, roll your shoulders back. Just gently open your heart in sort of a seated heart opening stretch here. Lovely, then come back to seated with your legs out in front of you, and then let's bring the toes towards the face. Push into your heels a little bit. Your heels might even lift off the ground as your legs engage. Coming into Dandasana, the staff pose, so your spine is very upright, very strong. Your chin is gently moving down towards your chest. There's lots of length through the back of the neck, and as you breathe in, your heart moves towards your chin. This is how we find that Jalandhara Bandha, that throat lock that comes over time, so don't push it. Just keep lifting your chest as you breathe. Your hands are slightly behind you, nice and straight. And although it looks like there is not a lot going on here, this is a very strong pose. You will feel that inside of yourself. The symbology of the staff is the symbology of leadership, really. This shepherd that leads the flock. So just try this asana on as if it was an archetype, as if it was a coat. Feel yourself, just for these moments, as that leader. Try on that vibration. Feel yourself with that staff, that you have a longer reach than you thought you had. Try that on for size. And then exhale, release that. Hopefully you are breathing all the way through that. Come onto all fours, take cat and cow. We're just trying on that coat, not so we can become like a megalomaniac, a leader person, but quite often we forget how powerful we actually are, how long our reach is. So trying on these coats, these asanas, these archetypes, the warrior, the mountain, Dandasana, the staff, can bring us back into our own personal power. Stay with the cat-cow. This is not power over anyone else. This is just power for and over and within yourself. On your next exhale, drop yourself back to child's pose. Balasana is a powerful archetype of the child. It's breathing here. Allowing your back to open up, back space of the heart, the back door of the heart. Breathing, being still. Like a little stone, allow yourself to sink under the waters of the self. Be still. And from child's pose now, just start to try on this archetype, this coat of vibration and energy that can become active inside of us. Imagine that you've never done this posture before, and just allow yourself to have that childlike curiosity. Allow yourself to step into your own innocence, your own powerful vulnerability. It is from this place of great potential that all new things arise and grow. So the child is such a powerful archetype. Just try on your vulnerability, your curiosity, your creativity. As you feel yourself anew in this pose. And then from here, let's push up onto all fours. And you can sort of kickstand both of your feet over to the left side of your mat. Plant your left hand down, lift your right arm up, lift your right leg up for a version of Vashisthasana or side plank here. This is the simple version of this pose. If you want the next version of it, you can come into a regular side plank. And the next version of that would be to lift your top leg. But I'm going to go with the simple version here. Vashisthasana as an archetype is the archetype of the traveler. Vashisthasa, I believe, Vashisthasa, excuse my pronunciation, was a sage who was said to have brought teachings from China to India and India to China, backwards and forwards. He went exchanging these teachings, sharing these teachings, learning these teachings. So this is this archetype of the traveler, this person who is able to overcome obstacles for the purposes of learning. So within this pose, what are we learning? Just try that on for a second. Try that vibration on of learning something. The traveler that learns. Beautiful. And then come back to center, come back to all fours. Kickstand both of your legs over to the right now and do the same pose but on the other side. So your left arm and your left leg is lifting. This archetypal energy of the traveler has this detachment from the mundane. It's very adventurous, free feeling. And this pose is beautiful in that sense of freedom, a sense of soaring, of flying. Just trying on that energy for yourself, that freedom. And then come back to center. Sit back upon your heels for hero pose. Now you can sit on a block if you like, or you can sit between your legs with your feet pointing, your toes pointing behind you. Just sit here with your hands upon your thighs, your palms facing the ceiling. We're trying on a different coat now, a different archetype, that of the hero. So breathe some very calm breaths, very measured, tempered, balanced breaths here. For you are indeed the hero of the story, exactly as you are. Start to notice the breath between the top lip and the nostrils, breath coming in, breath moving out. Notice the breath is cool as it comes in. Warm as it moves out. Sitting, being you with as little drama as possible. This hero archetype activates the energy of self-control and introspection for action and manifestation. This hero archetype is very connected to his or herself. This is very strong sense of self. Staying with that breath. It's watching the breath come in, feeling that space between the top lip and the nostrils. Beautiful, then release that. And you're kneeling now, so we'll just move the body onto the left hip, and your right leg will be bent, and we're going to take your left leg will be bent, your right leg, we can take it over the left leg for a twist here. So we're in Ardha Matsyendrasana. We inhale, get the spine long, and then as you exhale, twist towards your bent, raised leg. Matsyendrasana is said to have been a sage who developed asana. Asana was developed to be a gift for the spine. So feel this posture as nourishing your spine. Breathing up and down your spine a few times here. Inhale, get long. Exhale, release that. Unravel your legs. Come back to that kneeling position and then allow your body to move towards your right hip. So your right leg will be down towards the ground, and we're going to take the left leg and place it over the right leg for the same pose on the other side. Inhale, get long through your spine. And exhale, twist towards the left. Just trying on this archetype, this coat of vibration. The archetype of the sage, the seeker of truth that wishes to understand truth. I've heard it described as like the sage represents the spiritual aspect of the personality. And it's interesting that Machandra, the sage that this pose is named after, is giving this gift to the spine, which is this area where the spiritual channels are said to be. So trying on this coat of the sage, feel yourself as a spiritual being. Breathing up and down that spiritual center of the spine. Inhale, get long. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Just come onto your back now. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to knock out. So you're lying down in reclined cobbler or Supta Baddha Konasana. You can support your legs with blankets. And just release the hinge of your jaw. See if you can let yourself get very, very still now. Like that crocodile. Gliding skillfully, stealthily within the waters of the self. Creating no disturbance, just observing what arises from this stillness. Use your hands to bring your legs back together, you guys. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Keep your left foot down, take your right foot up and cross your ankle, your right ankle over your left thigh, just above your knee, your left knee, for reclined pigeon. You can stay here, you can lift the leg. Moving, breathing, seeing with as little drama as possible, the master of stillness. Inhale here, exhale, release. Set up for the same thing on the other side. So your left ankle is crossing the right thigh. Bringing your hands around your shin, around your thigh, or just keeping the feet on the ground. I will create as little drama as I can in the explanation of these poses, just trusting that you will find your way there. Stealthily and skillfully. With very little disturbance. Soften everything so that you can glide beneath the surface of yourself like the crocodile. And have this opportunity to see what there is to be seen. Inhale here. Exhale, release that. Let's just raise both of the legs up towards the ceiling. Flexing and pointing the toes. Finding a comfortable position for your feet and then coming into stillness. Feeling the subtleties of the self. Inhale here, exhale, bring the legs down, hug the knees into the chest for a moment, and then take happy baby. Bending the knees, the feet are towards the ceiling. You can hold your feet, your ankles, your thighs. Taking on this archetype of the baby. The very, very, very young child, this feeling of unbridled wonder. Just try on that energetic coat of vibration. This time just be the baby. Honest, wholesome, faultless, really. And when we see things in terms of archetypal energies, there is an honesty there, there is a wholesomeness there, a purity there that is faultless. There is a perfection in these archetypes. It kind of maps the universe, really. And often we miss the perfection because we take things too seriously. We're too close to heart, too personally. This is where this crocodile magic is amazing and awesome, because it teaches us to look beyond that, sink a little deeper into the story, create as little disturbance as possible with our own vibration so we can see what is really happening. Release happy baby now, you wholesome, faultless, beautiful beings, and then bring your knees in towards your chest for a supine twist. Just let your knees fall to the left. Breathing and relaxing. Inhale here, exhale, come back to center. Take a moment, and then when you're ready, take that twist to the other side, letting the knees fall to the other side. Feeling yourself gliding skillfully within the waters of the self. Allow yourself to be saturated with peace and with stillness. Inhale here. Exhale gently, bring yourself back to center. And take Shavasana. Lie down, relax. Shavasana. Shava meaning corpse. So we take on this coat of vibration, this thing that is dead, has no movement, has no ripples. It's a beautiful posture in its own way, because within this archetype we allow the entire practice and everything inside of that to die to us. It is done. It is done. It is done. We can allow ourselves to completely surrender to the experience. Sinking deep into the waters, submerging the self within the self. A crocodile is said to carry the river upon her back, and she can adopt and master any archetype as it flows past her on this great river. She can try on any archetype because she is so still. She feels all archetypes in their purest form because she is so still. Breath by breath, just sinking deeper and deeper into stillness. Then with as little drama as possible, just begin to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms above your head and your feet away from you. Point your toes, full stretch through the front of the body. And then hug your knees into your chest, stretching through the back body. Rolling to one side when you're ready. With as little fuss as possible, keeping yourself within your own sense of stillness, come to seated. Bringing your hands now, sitting in a comfortable seat within that stillness, bring your thumb and forefinger together. Just press them together and extend the other three fingers out. Yana Mudra. creating this circle with your thumb and forefinger, feeling yourself still. Feel everything in union. All cycles is represented by this mudra in union, coming together. All archetypes, all stories, the warrior, the fool, the hero, the villain, the sage, the mountain, the child, all coming together, each archetype, each cycle, each story held within your stillness. Feel yourself very still, holding every aspect. There is a mastery within this. Its ability to hold, to be so still that we can truly see the universal stories, the universal patterns. Feel the breath flowing in. The breath flowing out. Then release the mudra, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer position at your heart. Bow to the stillness. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.